Good morning, everybody. I am going to do a food prep video today. I have quite a bit of food that I need to work on. Not so much like meals, although I probably will bring you along when I cook dinner. But I got some good meat deals this week. I got some chicken wings. I have not been buying chicken wings recently because they are so very expensive. They're all whole, so they still have the wing tips on them. So I think I'll probably cut them up, like cut off the wingtips, separate the drumette from the wingette, and then vacuum seal those in, portioned out packages and get those in the freezer. And then I also picked up the ribeye steak deals for the 4th of July. It wasn't a ton because there was at one place it was a limit 1 package and the other was a limit 2 package. And so I think there's, 7 steaks altogether, which is not a lot. But I would like to get them. I usually, with those, when they're big ribeye steaks, I individually vacuum seal them and put them in the freezer. So I will work on that. That's like the number one thing I need to do, because especially those reduced chicken wings, I need to take care of quickly before they actually go bad. I probably will cook some of the chicken wings also. So figure out how I want to do that. There's so many options when it comes to chicken wings. So I ended up finding a space for my chamber vacuum sealer down here in the laundry room. My husband built me this shelf. It's just on a wire shelf from IKEA. But he put this wood thing on here and cut it just perfect so that my dehydrator fits on here nicely, because that's not something I want taking up space upstairs in the kitchen. So that works out great. And then the vacuum sealer fits perfectly right next to it. It was just beautiful how it worked out. I put the towel on it because it just gets so dusty down here. I need to get a towel for the dehydrator too, because it's just so dusty. So anyways, I have my vacuum sealer here. I do have a video where I, reviewed this vacuum sealer. It's very good. I love it. It's amazing. It is expensive. A vacuum sealer is a big investment. But since, we live here on our little farm and we plan on doing a lot of food, storage and stuff like that, I think it's a good investment. And so, I am going to be using this for the wings and for the steaks. I have these bags. There's all different kinds of bags. You can use all different bags for this vacuum sealer, but these are some that they sent me. And so I think these will work fine to do like single steaks and then, 12 or 15 wings. And they are already sealed on one side, so I don't have to, do that initial sealing of the bags. So I'm going to take these upstairs, get them all packed with the steaks and the wings, and then I will bring them all down here, get them all vacuum sealed, and then get them into the chest freezer. One thing that is a staple in my daily routine, whether it's an exercise day or just a kitchen day, is my Element Electrolytes. I take Element Electrolytes every day. They make me feel hydrated. I just mixed up this one. It's the raspberry flavor. And I sip on it throughout the day. I love having it in the kitchen with me so I can stay hydrated as I'm cooking and running around. Each stick pack of Element has 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. That is a science-backed ratio of electrolytes that they use. And then you can, take as many stick packs as you need throughout the day to feel your best, to feel your most hydrated. I usually will do one if it's like winter, not too super hot, I'm not doing a lot of intense exercise. But if it is hot, like it is right now, and I'm doing a lot of exercise, I will bump it up to 2 and sometimes even 3 if I need it. They are super refreshing and delicious, and I really enjoy sipping on my electrolytes throughout the day. If you want to try out a sample pack of Element, you can use my link, drinkelement.com/indigo, drinklmnt.com/indigo. All you have to do is click that link, place an order on their website for any of the drink mixes or the sparkling beverage or anything on the website, and you will automatically get a free sample pack added. The sample pack has 8 of their regular flavors, so you can try out all the different ones and see which ones you like the best. That link again is drinklmnt.com/indigo. Got my wings bagged. Let's see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 bags. They each have 16 pieces in them, which that's about enough to feed my husband and me. So if I pull a bag out, it'll feed me and my husband. If I pull 2 bags out, it'll feed me and my husband plus a couple of kids. Some kids don't like bone-in wings, so it's rare that we all sit down to a meal of bone-in wings. So I think that's a good size. So I am gonna make broth with the wing tips. Might as well get everything out of that I can. Actually, wing tips make really gelatinous broth. There's a lot of collagen in there. And yes, I know the feathers freak people out and gross people out. It does not bother me. The broth is going to boil at high pressure for a long time. It will be completely sanitized and anything on it will be killed, and then it'll be strained out. So it's not like we're eating the actual feathers. It's just some extra collagen in there, so no worries. And then these are some wings left that I'm going to cook today for lunch, and Jeff and Levi already saw them and are very excited for lunch today. I got everything packaged. I got my 12 packs of wings. I got my 6 ribeye steaks. I have 1 ribeye steak over here that I'm going to cook, my wings over here that I'm going to cook, and then I need to get this broth started. And all of these are headed to the freezer. I'm about to start the chicken wings in the air fryer. I'm going to use some Pork King Good ranch seasoning along with some Parmesan cheese. That helps them brown, and it's going to taste delicious. They definitely browned a little bit more than I had anticipated, but they should still be good. Broth is done. Gonna get it into some jars, let it cool for a bit before I stick it in the fridge. I got about a gallon of broth altogether, and I'll show you how gelatinous it is. It's like bouncing when I shake it. It's so gelatinous. All right, look at that. Very, very gelatinous. I love it. It's so satisfying. There's a fly. It's so satisfying to make a gelatinous broth. It is a couple days later now, but I'm continuing on with my food prep, and there was something I wanted to try, and I figured I might as well just go ahead and do it. I wanted to try these chocolate cupcakes from the My Chow July surprise box, the packet of recipe cards. This recipe is available on their website as well, so I'll link it down below. But it looked really good and it looked really simple. The only thing I didn't have was the konjac flour, but I went ahead and ordered some. Even though I'm trying to clean out my pantry of all that kind of stuff, I couldn't resist. I wanted to order some and try this because this has no almond flour. It uses gelatin, 2 tablespoons of gelatin in it, and then the 1 tablespoon of konjac flour or konjac powder, and the keto chow, chocolate keto chow, obviously, baking powder, xylitol or erythritol. I'm gonna substitute allulose for that and hope that that doesn't hurt anything. Cocoa powder, milk of your choice, eggs, vanilla, and butter. So pretty simple ingredients. And I just wanted to try it. Okay, preheat oven 350. And we gotta melt 4.5 ounces of butter. That will do nicely. 4 ounces. And that looks like about 1/2 ounce. Melt that. Okay, 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla and 3 eggs. Always measure vanilla with your heart, as my friend Lindsay says. 3 eggs, vanilla, butter, eggs, and milk into a medium bowl. So we need to do 3 tablespoons of some kind of milk. I am just gonna do whole milk. 1, 2. In a second bowl, we're gonna whisk together the dry ingredients. This is the konjac powder that I got on Amazon. It seemed to be the cheapest option, you know, that was 100% konjac. 1/2 ounce of cocoa, and then 2 ounces of sweetener. Then 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. And then, of course, we need 1 serving of chocolate keto chow. This one is 44 grams per scoop. That's what the konjac powder looks like. We're gonna do 1 tablespoon. And then we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of gelatin. We're gonna give that a whisk, and I definitely recommend whisking the konjac powder into the other dry ingredients because it can clump real bad just putting it in anything. So having it thoroughly incorporated through the mixture probably will make it easier to mix. Add the dry ingredients to the egg and butter mixture in 4 separate additions, mixing well between each addition. All right, I took a lick off of the whisk and this tastes so good. It's definitely cake batter, brownie batter. It's delicious. I am going to use paper liners for my muffin pan, cupcake pan. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and spray them just because the recipe calls for silicone liners and I don't have those. So just to be on the safe side, I'll give them a quick spray. And I'm gonna use my little cookie scoop. This is probably like, I don't know, 3 tablespoons or so, and see if I can get these portioned out decently. Instead of doing any kind of frosting, I thought I would just add some allulose chocolate chips. I love these. They're from Good Sam. And they are little mini chocolate chips, and little mini chocolate chips just make me happy. So I'm gonna add a little bit on top. I love frosting, but I figured we'd just keep it simple and just do chocolate chip. We could call them muffins, you know, since they're not with frosting, and muffin just sounds healthier than cupcake. These are going into the oven for 18 minutes. One more thing I am going to make in this video, and that is a loaf of bread. I have not made one for quite some time. And the main reason that I wanted to make it is because I love having breakfast sandwiches made with the egg white bread. That's like probably my #1 way to use egg white bread, even more than like a lunch cold cut sandwich. There's something about the breakfast sandwiches that you just, to be able to eat like egg, cheese, bacon, or sausage in a sandwich form, that's just different or better than eating everything separately like on a plate. I just really like it. It's very delicious and satisfying to me. So I want to make a loaf of bread. I am going to do my shredded frozen butter bread. I have a couple of versions of it. One of them is yeast risen. So it takes about an extra hour because you allow the yeast to actually rise for an hour, or the batter to rise for an hour. That was a tip from Alicia from Keto Upgrade, which totally transformed egg white bread making. But I don't want to do that. It's already, what time is it? It's already 20 till 7 in the evening. And so it already has to cook for like 40 minutes, and another hour on top of that is just too much. So I am just going to do the regular frozen shredded butter bread, and I will link to the video for that here in the cards and in the description. I will also link to the written recipe in the description, so if you want to see all the step-by-step, you can find that there. But I think I'm going to turn on some music and do a time lapse and get a loaf of bread baked. All right, these have been going for 20 minutes and they're still a little bit soft, but a toothpick came out clean, so I think that might just be the texture, kind of like gooey bouncy texture, and I don't want them to get over baked. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull these out and let them cool a little bit. Probably get them on a cooling rack here in a second. They are sinking, I think, a little bit, but in the photo they look like they had kind of sunk a little bit. Like that's just the way they go. So we'll let these cool and then try to do a taste test. I recruited a helper to taste these with me. They look delicious. Very fudgy and chocolatey. What do you think?
They look good.
Look good? All right, let's do a little rip here. No, the chocolate chips are coming off. All right. There.
Oh, it smells like a brownie.
Yeah, it does. The chocolate chips are coming off and it doesn't want to focus. There it is. That looks good. Nice and moist. It does seem like a brownie cupcake.
Yeah.
All right, you ready? Dink it. The chocolate chips keep coming off. Oh, those are good. They're very chewy. Very chewy because of the gelatin and probably because of the konjac. Those are good. What do you think, Renee? What do you think?
They're not best I've ever had.
Okay, that makes sense.
But they taste a bit allulose-y.
Yeah, makes sense. They have allulose.
And
Doesn't taste like a sugar brownie.
yeah.
Yeah, they're not super, super sweet. They're pretty dark chocolate.
Well, I just don't really like chocolate cake. It's really rich.
Really rich, yeah. And it has all that butter in there. Definitely like a brownie. I think the texture is really good. I think you could probably knock up the sweetness a little bit by putting in some stevia or something. Maybe even more allulose. I don't know, you'd have to try it. But adding stevia shouldn't change the chemistry of the recipe. And it would bump up the sweetness. Well, I think it's really good. I really like the chewiness of it. I'm trying to think what it reminds me of. Almost like a molasses ginger spice cake or something, where it has that really chewiness from the molasses, like caramely-ness. I like it. I think the texture is very, very good. So what kind of cake are you gonna get for your birthday? If you don't like chocolate cake.
Well, I like it, but I want to get lemon.
Lemon cake.
Lemon cake is the best, either lemon or vanilla.
That'd be good. I wonder if we could adjust this recipe to be made with other flavors.
Wait a second. Is this made of Keto gel? Oh.
Yeah, and so you could do, you just have to find something to replace the cocoa powder, because that does add a little bit of
lemon
you know,
zest,
something.
and then lemon meringue keto chow.
Lemon zest, lemon meringue keto chow. I think that would be really good. We're gonna have to experiment. The slices always go so crazy on these, but it looks gorgeous. I'm gonna let it cool. I'm gonna pull it out of the pan and let it cool on the wire rack with the cupcakes, and then I will give it a slice when it is done. Oh, look at that. Those little butter puddles are what make this bread delicious.